Welcome back to my kitchen. I'm doing another episode of International Night. This is where we get together at home, cook a dinner, and watch a movie from a country of inspiration. And this is to get us into the mind, body, and spirit of traveling to that country without actually having to book any flights. So today, the country of inspiration is, drum roll, Morocco. Morocco is one of my favorite countries of all time. You can probably tell my enthusiasm for Morocco from the videos that we've made. We've made videos on Casablanca, Marrakech, Fez, and Rabat. And we absolutely loved visiting these cities. But one of the best parts of visiting Morocco is the food. While I was in Marrakech, I went to a cooking class where I learned how to cook Moroccan tagine. Now there's many ways of cooking this dish. You can use chicken with apricot, use stewed meats, you can use fish tagine, but today I'm gonna make it like the one I experienced in Marrakech. Let's do this. To make this tagine, there's a lot of ingredients as you can see, and it also takes quite a bit of time to make this dish, which is perfect for these quarantine days. The recipe that I'm using is from a Moroccan chef. Her name is Alia, and she has a YouTube channel. So some of her videos are in English, which is great, and I'll link her down below. She's got tons of different varieties of tagines, and today I'm going with a vegetable tagine because that's what I have on hand. But feel free to improvise, and let me go through the ingredients. Couscous, and yes, I am doing a ready-made couscous. This is like an instant couscous. Now in Morocco, they do not use this box. They are actually making couscous from scratch. Can you guess how it's made? It is made from durum wheat semolina, which is basically pasta that is pushed through a sieve to make these tiny little specks. There's so much work and effort that goes into making it look just like this. So we are doing a 6 veggie tagine. We're using zucchini and squash, carrot, Roma tomatoes, onion, potato, and that's it. So now for the spices. Tagine has quite a bit of spices. It's very fragrant. I have turmeric, cayenne pepper, whole bay leaf, and ginger. Every single one of these ingredients has medicinal and health benefits for lowering inflammation, for helping support cardiovascular health, so forth. So I think that this dish is very appropriate in these days and times when we're all trying to stay really healthy. So the rest of this is optional, but I think it really goes well with the dish. And this is how I saw it presented in Morocco. Chickpeas, olive oil, chili peppers, parsley. This is dinner in a movie, so today I am pairing it with the classic Hitchcock film from 1956, The Man Who Knew Too Much, and it is filmed in Marrakech. You can see some of the scenes from the walled city right here. I'm gonna start by chopping the onion and the parsley. So right now I am cutting the ginger, and if you have a grater, even better, because then you can do this really fast. But all of the ingredients that I have here, I'm going to link in the description below, so you do not need to go to the stores. You can purchase them directly from Amazon straight to your door. Checking in on our movie during International Night. Jimmy Stewart is traveling from Casablanca to Marrakech, and he just told a local guy a little bit too much information about himself.
He doesn't know anything about this man, and he knows everything there is to know about you.
So in a small bowl, I'm going to combine our spices. So it's going to be a half a teaspoon of turmeric. We're not baking. 2 bay leaves, add a little bit of salt. I'm going to use Italian seasoning because this has the rosemary and the thyme. A half a teaspoon of this as well. Cayenne pepper. So here is the spice blend. I'm going to mix it up. A little bit of water to this. Okay, I have a saucepan here. Just turning that on. I'm gonna put it on low because we're gonna start simmering our onions. I want to get it translucent, and then I'll start adding the spice mix, followed by about a cup of water. So while that is simmering, I'm going to chop the vegetables. So these vegetables are going to be halved and then quartered. So here's the zucchini. So while this is happening, let me tell you a little bit about my trip to Morocco. I was not prepared for exactly how delicious the food is in Morocco. It is so healthy and so fragrant. The women of Morocco spend almost the entire day cooking these tagines. It takes an incredible amount of time and effort. It really shows the pride and joy that Moroccan people take into the kitchen, and the dishes are all very shareable. The traditional cookware of Morocco is the tagine, but if you don't have a tagine, you don't necessarily need one. You can get by just fine with a regular pot. I'm adding a cup of water into the pot right now. Now the vegetables that cook the longest are gonna be added first. Carrot takes a long time to cook. So you basically want your vegetables to look like carrot sticks, essentially, because this is gonna go on top as a presentation. Larger onion. This goes in. And so our spice mix is all mixed up. It really becomes like a paste. You also want to grate part of a Roma tomato because this will make the base of the sauce as well. Just stirring it up. Carrots take a long time to cook. This is supposed to cook for about 55 minutes. So now I'm gonna just transfer the rest of the vegetables into our water. So while the veggies are simmering, it's time to make the couscous. One box serves 5 people, and I need 2 cups of water. So while this is happening, I'm going to chop this lemon. And in Morocco, they make what's called preserved lemons, which are filled with flavor. And it's basically a lemon that has been coated in salt and preserved for a few weeks. And you eat the rind, and the rind is what creates this magical flavor. Oh yeah. So the goal here is to make sure that these vegetables get nice and tender, but not mushy. I do not want them mushy at all. They need to stand up strongly in the dish. So if they look like they're getting ready to go, I will be taking them out. And so this is completely vegetarian. The broth is cooked with juices of the vegetables. So it makes a delicious, delicious broth. So as you can see, compared to the last dish I made, kushari, there's a lot more going on in this dish. There's a lot more to attend to and a lot more ingredients, but it's definitely worth it to make this dish at home. It's something that I can rarely find at restaurants, and it instantly brings me back to Morocco. So while this is happening, I'm going to make mint tea. It's so fragrant and so refreshing. It's the perfect drink after your meal or before as well. Sharing tea, sharing a pot of tea, it's a sign of welcome, it's a sign of hospitality. So the one that I'm making today is this one here, green tea with peppermint, and let's make it. We're in Morocco, they would be filling this up to the brim with mint and sugar. But we are improvising today. Cheers. I forgot to mention, one of the most unforgettable food experiences happened when I was in Marrakech, and we saw a belly dancing performance. And it was unlike any other belly dancing performance because they did the traditional candle dance. You're gonna have to check this out. I can't even describe to you what it was like to see this in person. It was the most mesmerizing, exotic, weird thing I've ever seen while eating. You can see the little pearls of the couscous. They are so fine. And to think that this is actually pasta, it's not a grain. Pan is boiling and it's time to pour this in. As you can see, immediately the couscous starts fluffing up as soon as the boiled water reaches it, and it is almost ready to go that instantaneously. All right, so let's check on this. Oh yeah. See if it's tender. So now I'm going to move our delicious fluffy couscous to the bottom of our pan here. And as shown on Alia's cooking channel, I'm just gonna fluff it up. This is what they did live when I was in Marrakech as well, because you don't want any chunks in here at all. And traditionally you'd want to serve this on a ceramic pot called a gassa, which I will link in the description below. It's a really beautiful ceramic pot which you'll find all over Morocco. And I'm going to make like a little well, if you will. Just a tad bit of our liquid on top. It's not supposed to be like a soup at all, so just want to avoid getting too soupy. And then from here, I'm going to arrange my veggies. In Morocco, they say you eat with your eyes first. I'm going to put a little bit of chickpeas. And last but certainly not least is a hot pepper. Ta-da! And how can I forget? We will put a little bit of lemon juice on top. So here we have the finished product of the vegetable tagine. Look at all of the colors. When you go to a Moroccan restaurant, they will serve you, the very first thing is a towel and a giant pitcher of water. And you'll think, oh, are they serving me tea? No, it is for your hands. Without further ado.
We always wash the hands before eating.
Oh.
All right, and just like that, international night is all set. Yet again, I have the movie The Man Who Knew Too Much, an Alfred Hitchcock film. It's great to watch a classic film, especially during these times. It's very comforting. Takes you to a time and place that is very far away from now. And we are at the scene where they have the snake charmers. So this was shot in Gemma El Ifna, which is this large plaza right inside the Medina, the old quarter of Marrakech. So it's so fitting to have this while trying the tagine. So I'm gonna try a little bit of everything, make sure I get some couscous, a little bit of chickpeas, a little bit of the veggies.
Everything with I understand you're just supposed to dig in. Oh, allow me to show you, will you? You use only the first two fingers and thumb of the right hand. Oh. Don't use the other two fingers, and always the left hand in the lap.
Oh, I see.
Wow, it is so savory, and the vegetables came out very tender. So good. Woo! It is like tasting the rainbow. And I have a little bit of my mint tea. Of course, if this was in Morocco, there would be tons of mint leaves in here, lots of sugar. You might wonder, what do they eat in Morocco for dessert? A common dessert is fruit. You will be served a variety of different dates, oranges, apples, plums, pears. Uh-oh, something's happening. I gotta get back to the show, and I hope that you guys enjoyed this delicious meal and get a chance to prepare this very soon. This will give you a little bit of a taste to hold you over until we are ready to travel again. On that note, I hope that you guys stay safe, stay healthy, be sure to stay home. Again, you can buy everything that we've seen to prepare this dish from Amazon Prime, the link's down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe down below for new videos every Travel Tuesday. I posted a poll on our YouTube community page, so check that out. Vote for your next recipe, and we'll be sure to come back and make it together. Cheers.